One of the videos I ended up making was me showing and talking about the hidden secrets and removed content of Red Dead Online that I covered 10 things that was mainly removed content, and I mentioned I was going to make a part 2 to the video, and here we are. The hidden secrets and removed content of Red Dead Online, part 2. Let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Starting off the number 1 spot, and that is you can actually find the legendary wolf from story mode and Red Dead Online. To stay again, the legendary wolf from story mode, not the legendary wolves that got added within the Naturalist update. If you wanted to find a legendary wolf from story mode, you had to start up a story mission that's called Where Your Morals Lead You. You're going to go ahead and play for the mission as normal until you get to the part where you're at the 10. From there you want to go to the direction I'm going towards. And then you'll end up spotting this mysterious wolf. You want to go ahead and shoot it down. And then from there you'll see that this ain't no regular wolf, this is actually the legendary wolf from story mode. So I decided to store this legendary wolf onto my hunting wagon. And unfortunately this legendary wolf has the same value as a regular wolf carcass. But it is interesting to find a legendary wolf from story mode and Red Dead Online. Moving on to number 2, and that is removed private sessions in Red Dead Online. Originally, Red Dead Online was going to have private sessions just like GTA Online had private sessions. Unfortunately, they never came into the game. It was really weird that Red Dead Online never really had an option for private sessions, as if you go to the change appearance and leave change appearance, you'll end up having a private session for only a temporary amount of time. Again, I'm not sure Rockstar ended up forgetting to add private sessions, or maybe they knew about private sessions. They just probably wanted to encourage people to play in public sessions. Again, we'll never know. For the number 3 spot, we have the cut director mode that was meant to be in Red Dead Online. Director mode ended up getting found in the files in the Moonshiners update. Then once again, the files for director mode ended up getting updated in the Naturalist update. And yeah, since then there hasn't been any updates to the files involving the director mode. I guarantee that the director mode is going to end up being added in the next gen version of Redemption 2 whenever that gets released. Again, who knows? But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the number 4 list, and that is the remove base poison in order to create arrow types that are also removed as well. Now this base poison ingredient was spotted in the Quick Draw Club number 3 whenever you received the ammo parcel. And unfortunately, you're unable to obtain the base poison. There are also players, including myself, that end up spotting arrow types that are not into the game that you can actually end up seeing for a quick second, but will end up quickly disappearing. Again, it's really weird that Rockstar ended up cutting a ingredient and ammo types that never ended up making it back into any Red Dead Online update. Next, on to number 5, a bit of a quick one, and that is removed emotes. And as you can see, the only emote that ended up making it into the game was Drinking Cowboy. It was in Quick Draw Club number 4. The rest of the emotes are currently on the game, and I don't expect them to add them back into the game. Next on the number 6 spot, and that is remove table games. These table games being Blackjack and Five Finger Fillet. Unfortunately, I don't think Blackjack or Five Finger Fillet are going to get added back into Red Dead Online, just due to the fact that they don't even do DLCs for this game anymore. But they would have been absolutely fun to do, especially doing them at the camp poker table that was also removed. But speaking of fun, on the 7th spot on the list, we have removed ability cards. And yeah, as you can see by the long list, there are about 28 ability cards that are removed, and again, most likely not going to come into the game due to Red Dead Online no longer receiving DLCs. And the worst part about it is there's some ability cards that end up getting found in the files, and some that end up getting found for the social club. Ever since Frontier Pursuits, these ability cards never ended up getting added in the Naturalist update, a Bounty Hunter expansion update, and the Blood Money update. Unfortunately, we'll never be able to know what these ability cards could have done in game. So on the number 8 spot of removed content, we have removed horses. And as you can see here, there's one colorway that got cut, and one breed that got cut as well. You got the American Paint Horse Black, and you got the Tursk. It seems like the Tursk from Red Dead Redemption 1 was going to make a return into Red Dead Online, but unfortunately, just never ended up making a return. Again, I don't understand why these two horses never ended up making a return in the Blood Money update. That update ended up just getting robbed after the lack of content. But there is one hidden secret I managed to find in game. If you go into races and go into horses, not owning any horses at all, just having a scarring nag, you can actually end up getting a secret saddle on your scarring nag that you usually don't see. And it's really strange to look at this type of saddle because the saddle doesn't actually come with any bags at all. But again, it's a weird looking saddle that you cannot obtain in game. Moving on onto the number 9 list, and that is changes to the story mode for online. And here are the screenshots right here. As you can see, the characters look a lot more different than currently in game. Hurley doesn't have a hat, Simpson has a different hat and has a different gun belt, and Mr. Sickler having a different jacket. Again, I'm assuming these screenshots were taken when Red Dead Online was in development, especially when this screenshot got found when Red Dead Online got leaked. Another hidden secret is when you try to play Red Dead Online in the 1.0 patch, which understand that the 1.0 patch only has single player. But regardless, if you try to play Red Dead Online in the 1.0 patch, you'll actually end up getting this secret message. So trying to play the early version of Red Dead Online wasn't even possible. But you probably wouldn't be able to have access to online anyways. Just like we won't have access to any new story missions and Red Dead Online, unfortunately. So getting down the list of cut content, for number 10 we have role expansions. The only role that ended up getting an expansion was the Bounty Hunter role. The rest of the other roles did not get expanded at all. The roles that were going to get expansions was Trader and Naturalist. Trader having new liveries for the hunting wagon, and being able to learn home taxidermy. It would have been very awesome to see what type of taxidermy you can have at your camp, especially seeing the legendary animals you hunted down. For the Naturalist, you had Harriet's legendary fish sightings, and also Gus's hunting missions. Besides Gus being your ordinary trapper and being able to buy things from him, he doesn't offer any hunting missions. And as for Harriet, it would have been cool to see what the legendary fish looked like and what type of clothing you get from him. But I think the one role that everyone will look forward to, and it's not really much of an expansion itself but a brand new role, and that is the Lawman role. Unfortunately, the Lawman role never got implemented into Red Dead Online. Rather instead got completely cut and never got to see the light of day. Almost like how passenger train robberies never got to see the light of day, and also bank robberies as well. Unfortunately, this removed content of Red Dead Online will never be able to be seen at all unless Rockstar end up updating the game, which I highly doubt. But anyways, that has been my list of all the hidden secrets and removed content of Red Dead Online. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and stay tuned for more.